Hi, Cynthia Allen back for my last live uh, in this last few days. So here we go for my last live. And a topic, I don't know if it's a topic that people want to talk about or not, but I thought I would throw it out there anyway because it is a group of people I've worked with a lot over my career, which is people who are super healthy and super active, and they almost always come because they're injured, but sometimes people come because they run up against a roadblock. And so I think a lot of times, all we hear about in relationship to the Feldenkrais method or my community of Your Learning Body are people who are struggling. And of course, people struggle, all kinds of people. Every person struggles at some point in their life, right? But I have worked with people who sail, people who hike mountains like Kilimanjaro, people who um, bike long biking trips, people who run, people who do tennis, pickleball, golf. Um, there's a lot of range of equestrians. It's an interesting group of athletes, equestrians. So a lot of different range of what people might seek out. Again, most of them have usually hurt themselves when they come to see me and they're trying to get back into what they want to do. But it is also true that occasionally people have come to me to help them work through something that they want to do better, that they've been stuck on for a long time in their particular field. And for sure, the Feldenkrais method has been used at Olympic level for fencing, skiing, professional hockey. It's used with a shot put. So it has a lot of applications for people who are absolutely healthy, active, and want to do more of it. Now, in case you're here and you would like to make a comment or ask a question, I would love to take it. It would be nice if you registered your name over at StreamYard so I could see your name, but not a requirement. So I've been talking about Your Learning Body and this course coming up called Nettie, violin playing. Yes, let's talk about that in a minute. This course that's coming up called Discovering Your Movement Superpower, the 7 Secret Keys, and then also the possibility of joining the Your Learning Body community, the online community. And that actually closes tonight at midnight for probably the next year. We usually only open it once a year. So I'm, of course, trying to make sure people have got the information they need to make a really good decision. And then he just weighed in about violin playing. So musicians are a form of athleticism for sure. There's no doubt about it. And so the way any job, any pursuit, any activity that you do in a lot of starts to change the shape of your body. You are absolutely going to be changed by hours and hours of violin playing. And it will be true even if you play it extraordinarily well. You will be, because your body conforms to the demands that are placed on it and literally over time begins to reshape and restructure itself. So we definitely want to take the time to fine tune as much as we can these pursuits that we have and that we love, that we want to do, that we live for, right? So what is the Feldenkrais method good for if in those arenas? Well, I would say that one of the first things it's good for is it starts to let us come out of the posture, out of the muscular holding, out of the ambitious state that's required in order to do many of those kinds of activities. So it's a kind of strange form of cross training in a way. We all talk about cross training, like make sure the other muscles are getting used that are not getting used, that you're getting stretches in that you ordinarily wouldn't get stretches in. But we don't maybe talk about the quality of the letting go, the quality of the letting go of the thing that we habitually do. And so one of the things, and maybe the first thing that the Feldenkrais method is good at, is helping people to let go of the chronic holding that gets created by this pursuit of this high level demand that they love. Or maybe that's just even required by their job. But tonight's topic is more sports, athleticism, pursuits that you go after. And then the second thing that it does is it begins to help us discover the fine-tuning of sequencing and timing in a much deeper way than most training programs can get into. There are a few things that the Feldenkrais method are not going to be so good at, right? They're not going to be good at like more ballistic movements. It's not going to be so great at teaching you how to get like big power fast. You'll get some improvement, but if what you were trying to do was get, speed out of it, I don't think that necessarily the Feldenkrais method will be your first go-to for speed. But one of your first go-tos for cleanness, a cleanness in the movement, so that every part of yourself is ready to go towards that thing that you want to do, that it's responsive, that you can go in any direction that you need to go, that you're not freezing out parts of yourself, making yourself vulnerable for a tackle, for an injury, for a slip, for not being able to reverse your movement. A big piece of the Feldenkrais method is the ability to reverse your movement. And reversibility comes from this capacity to be able to go in any direction without hopefully any major change. Like you literally can just reverse very, very quickly. And we will, of course, see that in martial arts and on field sports, this reversibility quality is super, super important. So I would encourage anybody that is out there thinking to themselves, hey, I feel like I can't run like I used to run, or I feel like I can't get out and go for a round of, I don't know, golf or hiking or pickle ball like I used to be able to, that the Feldenkrais method can absolutely be a part of that. My course or the community, Your Learning Body, can absolutely be a part of that. If you're somebody who's looking to improve your performance, I think the Feldenkrais method also can absolutely be a part of that. That this learning to let go of that excessive holding and then starting to fine tune the way the parts of ourselves come to the fore and unfold in a movement, it can be extremely gorgeous, extremely beautiful. Awareness through movement is the primary thing we do in Your Learning Body, and it's potent. It's extremely potent. And you can also work with people individually, as many people have come to me over the years and done individually, and get drilled down more maybe into your particular thing. Although I have to say, a lot of times the starting place is always the same. When I don't mean the exact same movement, but I mean it requires a certain level of intelligence for you to even use the Feldenkrais method. So a lot of times we have to start building a somatic intelligence first. So that's why something like my entry course can be so super valuable. So whatever it is you want to be doing, whatever the sport is, or the activity or the tango dancing or the ballet. That's another group I've worked with quite a bit, ballet. Opera is its own form of athleticism. I've worked with a lot of, I shouldn't have said a lot. I've worked with several opera singers. And so there's so many different ways that there's high performances called for, either in jobs or what you love to do in your free time. And absolutely, I just think, yeah, you need it. You need the Feldenkrais method as part of it. And I hope that you'll consider joining Your Learning Body. It closes tonight at midnight. So feel free to check it out, yourlearningbody.com, as soon as you can, because you don't want to be sitting around with FOMO next week going, oh man, I should have done it. I should have gone for it. It's a great program, very well structured, gives you lots of opportunities to look for specialty lessons on squatting or walking, running, or to go along for the ride and the live lessons and see how we can help you find yourself in a new way. Nettie asked, is awareness through movement sufficient for for herself with her neck hurts with violin playing, or do you need FI to improve? And I think it's really individual, Nettie, super individual. So generally speaking, I see that people improve with both. And the truth is, I see people improve the most when they use both. So I should have said they improve with either. And I see that people tend to improve the most when they use both. However, finding a practitioner to work with is often not available in a lot of different people's areas of the world and in a lot of places in the United States. So again, I see improvement when people use both awareness through movement or private functional integration sessions. And I think you start with what's available to you and see where it takes you. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Midnight tonight, yourlearningbody.com. And I hope to see you maybe at the welcoming party on Saturday for the new members. Bye-bye.